As of early 2016, there was no legal definition of free range, but in March it was decided that the national definition of free range will require hens to have meaningful and regular access to the outdoors and that the density of chickens when outdoors must not exceed 1 hen per square metre. This means 10,000 birds per hectare. The Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation have their own version of this though. They believe that to be free range there must be a maximum of only 1,500 birds per hectare. The importation of new genetics, cage regulations and the social adjustment of consumers and their preferences have shaped the poultry industry we know today. 2007 saw the introduction to new cage regulations. Cage egg producers were required to increase the minimum floor space to 550 cm squared per hen, as well as make adjustments in cage height, door width and access to water and feed. In New South Wales alone, some operators made the decision to cease cage egg production and change over to a barn or free-range system. In 2014, it was announced by several major retailers and food manufacturers that they would begin to phase out the sale and use of cage eggs in favour of barn-laid and free-range eggs. An investigation conducted by Fairfax concluded that Woolworths, Coles and IGA stores are selling free-range eggs that fail to meet the definition set out by the CSIRO. In fact, only 3 from 30 products are actually meeting the standard. According to Australia's leading advocacy group, Choice, only eggs produced in the conditions set by the CSIRO can be considered genuine free range. Demand is driven by consumer consumption, and at the moment, the demand for free-range eggs is increasing at the expense of cage eggs. The current demand for eggs in Australia can only be met by factory farming. Hens will naturally live for around 10 years, but a large majority of layer hens will be sent to the slaughterhouse once they have exceeded their productive date, which is usually only once they reach 378 days old. Consumers have continued to prove that they are willing to pay a premium price for ethically standardized eggs. Some of the ones currently out on the market are barn-laid, free-range, organic and omega-3. Eggs come in all shapes, sizes and colours. There's more than the uniform dozen sold in the supermarket fridge. Cage production systems house birds in large sheds in cages that generally accommodate anywhere from 4 to 20 hens. Barn production systems are often similar to barn-based free-range systems, but the birds have zero access to an outdoor range. This system accounts for about 4% of eggs produced in Australia. Egg production levels aren't quite as high in free-range systems as they are with caged and barn. The free-range system requires more land and labour and are a bit pricier with feed costs. Because of this, the eggs are 35% more expensive to produce. Chickens are instinctual and completely competitive, but they often need some encouragement. Many backyard producers rely on fake eggs in the hens' nesting boxes to show them that the area is safe for them to use. In 2012 to 2013, New South Wales produced 125 million dozen eggs from a commercial flock of 5.2 million birds. At 32% of the national production rate, New South Wales was the leading egg layer state of Australia. Unlike competitive national companies, the backyard pasture-raised producers are left with so many eggs, it's almost impossible to use them all yourself. As a family with 6 hens out the back, we can collect up to 42 eggs a week.